President Joe Biden is withdrawing from the race, ending weeks of calls for him to step aside and thrusting further uncertainty into an already remarkable election cycle. Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen. Still isolating with COVID at his home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, the president revealed his decision in a letter saying, while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. The president reportedly came to the conclusion today. He announced the move to his staff 1 minute before sharing that letter publicly. Mr. Biden also announced he's throwing his support behind his running mate, Vice President Kamala Harris. The campaign organization has been renamed Harris for President. She will inherit his campaign infrastructure and cash and is reportedly beginning to vet a running mate. But there are some Democrats pushing for a more open process and weighing other candidates. Fox 4's Stephen Dow leads off our coverage with more on what is next. Stephen?
The events of the last week will go down in the history books. Vice President Kamala Harris is now a candidate for president and has officially taken over the Biden campaign finances. President Biden and others are lining up behind Harris, but there is still a process to determine if she will be the party's nominee next month.
We're entering definitely an unsettled time.
President Biden's decision to withdraw Sunday could make it a new race for the White House.
This by no means guarantees a Democratic victory. It by no means even resets the race necessarily to a toss-up. But I think Democrats believe they've got a better chance today than they did yesterday.
With 107 days until the November election, Mr. Biden immediately endorsed his vice president, Kamala Harris, to be the party nominee. The endorsement does not mean Democrats are obligated to support Harris. There's been talk of the DNC having a pre-convention virtual vote to officially nominate a candidate, but that has not been set in stone. If there is no vote prior to the convention, Harris or any other candidate would have to win the nomination on the floor.
A nominee is not official until he or she is voted on by the convention. Now, the Democrats might do that early through some sort of virtual roll call. There's been talk of that in an effort to meet any potential state ballot deadlines. But I don't think that any legal challenges to, especially if it's Kamala Harris moving forward, are going to be successful.
FEC filings show Harris is officially running for president and has taken control of millions of dollars in the Biden war chest. Hours before the announcement from Biden, House Speaker Mike Johnson claimed removing Biden could result in lawsuits from Republicans. SMU political scientist Matthew Wilson and constitutional lawyer David Cole told Fox 4, while challenges by Republicans may come, they will have little standing.
Well, I don't think those kinds of challenges will be successful because Biden has dropped out. Any kind of challenges would be predicated on Biden wanting to continue, but somehow being denied the nomination. The fact that he has withdrawn, I think, really removes any reasonable legal basis to challenge what the Democrats do.
As we mentioned at the top of the newscast, President Biden is still in Delaware at his vacation home recovering from COVID, but he says that he will address the nation at some point this week.
Okay, Stephen, thanks.